You ever look at your phone and realize you're not even checking it? Because you miss her, you're checking it because you're trying to figure out what mood she's in today? Like you're trying to predict whether you're about to get the sweet version of her, the distant version, or the version that makes you feel like you're annoying her just for existing. If you've ever been in that space where yesterday she was affectionate, laughing, calling you babe, sending you little messages out of nowhere, and today she's dry, short, cold, almost like she forgot who you are, like the video right now because you're exactly who this is for. Because that right there is one of the hardest truths men have to accept about women, and the sooner you accept it, the less pain you'll take in your life. Just because she likes you today doesn't mean she will like you tomorrow. And I'm not saying that to make you paranoid. I'm not saying that to make you bitter. I'm saying it because men get destroyed when they think a woman's feelings are permanent. Men get destroyed when they think love is a contract. Men get destroyed when they start moving like they've already secured her forever. The truth is, a woman has to choose you every single day. Not once. Not when you first met. Not when she first fell in love. Not when she first said, "I'm yours," every day. And the man who understands this moves differently. He doesn't get complacent. He doesn't get sloppy. He doesn't stop leading. He doesn't stop improving. He doesn't stop being the man she chose. And the man who doesn't understand this gets blindsided. Because he goes from being the man she wanted to being the man she tolerates. If you've ever been blindsided by a woman's sudden distance, sudden coldness, sudden change of energy, hit that like button because you're not alone. And this is the exact pattern we're breaking down today. And comment daily. If you understand that attraction isn't something you win once, it's something you maintain. Because the men who win in relationships are not the men who get chosen once. They're the men who stay choosable. Most men don't lose women because they become bad men overnight. They lose women because they become complacent men slowly. They lose the edge. They lose the hunger. They lose the masculine presence. They stop having standards. They stop leading. They stop being interesting. They stop being disciplined. They stop being a man she can look up to. They start acting like love is guaranteed. And when a woman feels like love is guaranteed, she stops feeling the need to choose you. She starts feeling like she's stuck with you. And a woman can love you and still resent you if she feels stuck. A woman can care about you and still lose attraction if she feels like you're not the same man she chose. And some of you are going to hear this and feel that sting in your chest, because you know it's true. You've seen it. You've lived it. You've been the man she was obsessed with at first. Then months later, you became the man she started questioning. Not because you did something horrible, but because you stopped being the man she chose. And the worst part is, a lot of men don't even realize it's happening until it's too late. They think because she's still there physically, she's still there emotionally. But women leave emotionally long before they leave physically. Women start disconnecting quietly. They start pulling away quietly. And by the time the man notices, she's already halfway gone. Let me say something that might save you years. A woman choosing you isn't about her words, it's about her emotions. And emotions are not loyal. Emotions are responsive. Emotions respond to what they feel. And what a woman feels about you can change if what you are changes. That's why a woman can wake up one day and feel different. That's why a woman can be obsessed with you one day and distant the next. It's not always because she found someone else. It's not always because she's evil. It's because her feelings are tied to her experience of you, and if the experience changes, the feelings change. So the question becomes, what does it take to keep her choosing you every day? How do you stop being the man she tolerates and stay the man she wants? How do you stay the man she respects, the man she looks up to, the man she's proud to be with, the man she can't replace? That's what this video's about. And before we go deeper, share this with any man you know who thinks once he gets a girlfriend, he can relax. Because that mindset is how men get destroyed. And subscribe if you want more truths like this, because Love Delusion is here to wake men up, not comfort them. Now let's break down the reality of female choice. Women are always choosing, even in relationships, even in marriage, even in long-term commitment. A woman is always choosing. She is choosing to stay emotionally connected. She is choosing to remain attracted. She is choosing to respect you. She is choosing to be cooperative. She is choosing to be feminine. And when a woman stops choosing those things, the relationship becomes dead, even if you're still together. Men think relationships are built on loyalty. Women think relationships are built on emotion. That doesn't mean women aren't loyal. It means women's loyalty is emotional. When a woman feels safe, respected, attracted, and led, her loyalty becomes strong. When she feels bored, unsafe, unimpressed, or emotionally disconnected, her loyalty weakens. And men need to understand that. Because men love like a decision. Men can love a woman even when they're annoyed, even when they're angry, even when the relationship is stressful. A man can still feel committed. Women don't operate like that. A woman's love is tied to her emotional environment. That's why you can't rely on yesterday's version of her. Yesterday she might have felt warm. Today she might feel cold. Not because she's trying to hurt you, but because something shifted, either inside her or inside the dynamic. And the man who understands that doesn't panic. He doesn't chase. He doesn't beg. He doesn't become needy. He stays solid. He stays grounded. He stays in his masculine frame. And because he stays solid, she finds her way back. The man who doesn't understand this panics. He starts asking questions. He starts overtexting. He starts trying to get reassurance. He starts losing his emotional control. And when a woman sees a man losing emotional control, her attraction drops even more. I remember being younger and thinking that if I had a woman, that meant she was mine. Like it was locked in. Like she chose me. So it was done. And that belief made me relax in the wrong way. Not relax like peace. Relax like laziness. Relax like entitlement. Relax like I didn't need to keep earning her attraction. I didn't need to keep leading. I didn't need to keep improving. And then one day, I noticed something. The energy changed. She wasn't as excited to see me. She wasn't as affectionate. She wasn't as playful. And instead of understanding the deeper truth, I got emotional. I started acting needy. I started acting like she owed me the version of her from the beginning. I started chasing the old energy. And every time I chased, it got worse. Because you can't chase a woman's feelings. The moment you chase, you confirm her doubt. You confirm that you're not the man she thought. You confirm that you're emotionally dependent, and that kills attraction. That was my lesson. Love isn't guaranteed. Attraction isn't guaranteed. Being chosen isn't permanent. A woman chooses every day. And a man has to understand that if he wants lasting love, there's a man named Jordan. Jordan is a good man. He's ambitious. He meets a woman named Layla. Layla is drawn to Jordan because of his confidence, his discipline, his purpose. Jordan leads. He's focused. He has direction. Layla feels safe with him. She feels attracted to him. She chooses him every day in the beginning. She's affectionate. She's cooperative. She's feminine. But after a while, Jordan gets comfortable. He stops going to the gym. He stops focusing as hard. He starts letting her emotions dictate his mood. He starts prioritizing her over his mission. He starts becoming reactive. He starts arguing more. He starts becoming needy. And Layla begins to feel different. Not because she wants to, but because she no longer feels the same energy that made her choose him. Layla starts pulling away. She starts feeling bored. She starts feeling like Jordan isn't the same man. Jordan notices, and he panics. He starts chasing. He starts texting more. He starts asking for reassurance. He starts trying to fix it. But his fixing is desperation, and desperation confirms her emotional withdrawal. Eventually, Layla leaves. Jordan is shocked. He says, "How could she do this? She loved me." But the truth is, she loved who he was. And when he stopped being that man, she stopped choosing him. You might be Jordan. You might think the relationship is secured because she's your girl. You might think commitment means she's locked in. But listen, you can lose her while she's still with you. You can lose her emotionally. You can lose her respect. You can lose her attraction. And by the time you realize it, it's already too late. So the first truth is simple. Being chosen is not a one-time event. It's a daily reality. A woman chooses you based on how you show up, based on how you lead, based on how you carry yourself, based on how you handle life, based on how you handle her, based on how you handle conflict, based on your standards, based on your discipline, based on your mission, based on your masculinity. That's what she chooses. And here's the thing. This shouldn't scare you. This should motivate you. Because the man who understands this stops operating like a victim. He stops operating like women are crazy. He stops operating like she just changed. He starts operating like a leader. He starts operating like a man who builds attraction daily through who he is. And when you're that man, you don't fear her moods. You don't fear her shifts because you know you're solid. Now let's talk about what men confuse for security. Men think because she's still there, she's choosing them. But women can be there physically while emotionally checked out. Women can be there while mentally planning their exit. Women can be there while entertaining options. Women can be there while losing respect. And the man is sitting there thinking everything is fine because she's still his girlfriend. That's why men get blindsided. Because men measure loyalty by position. Women measure love by feeling. So you need to watch the signs. Not with paranoia, with awareness. You need to watch whether she still respects you, whether she still listens to you, whether she still desires you, whether she still enjoys you, whether she still values your time, whether she still follows your lead, because those are signs she's choosing you. Now I want to address the men who think they have to perform to keep a woman. You don't have to perform. You have to be consistent. You have to be disciplined. You have to be the man she chose. That's not performance. That's identity. That's lifestyle. That's who you are. The man who needs to perform is the man who doesn't have a foundation. The man with a foundation doesn't chase. He doesn't beg. He doesn't try to prove himself. He simply lives in his purpose, and the woman either chooses him or she doesn't. And if she doesn't, he still wins because he never lost himself. This is the true masculine mindset. Not controlling women, not forcing love, not begging for loyalty, but being the kind of man who is naturally chosen and being willing to walk away if he isn't. If that mindset resonates, like the video and share it, because men need this message badly. Now let's go deeper into the daily choice. Why does she have to choose you every day? Because women are always responding to value. Women respond to value emotionally. They respond to the value you represent, the value of your confidence, the value of your leadership, the value of your discipline, the value of your purpose, the value of your masculinity. And value isn't static. It can go up or down based on how you live. That's why she can like you today and not tomorrow. Because your value can shift. If you were confident yesterday and insecure today, she feels it. If you were disciplined yesterday and lazy today, she feels it. If you were leading yesterday and following today, she feels it. If you were calm yesterday and emotional today, she feels it. Women pick up on energy fast. That's why consistency matters. Now, let's talk about complacency. Complacency is the silent killer. It's when a man stops improving. It's when a man stops courting. It's when a man stops being present. It's when a man stops being intentional. It's when a man starts acting entitled, like she owes him attraction because she's his girlfriend. That entitlement kills desire. A woman cannot desire a man who feels entitled to her body, her attention, her affection. Desire thrives when a woman feels she's choosing, not obligated. So when you become complacent, she doesn't feel like she's choosing anymore. She feels like she's trapped in routine. She feels like the relationship is a job. She feels like she's carrying the emotional energy. And that's when she starts disconnecting. Now I want to give you a story that will make this hit home. Imagine you meet a woman and she's amazing. She's supportive. She's feminine. She respects you. She treats you like a king. You feel proud. You feel inspired. You feel like you found a real woman. Now imagine after a few months she changes. She becomes lazy. She stops caring about your needs. She becomes disrespectful. She starts acting entitled. She starts acting like you owe her everything. How would you feel? You'd feel like, who is this person? You'd feel less attracted. You'd feel less motivated. You'd feel less excited. That's exactly what women feel when men become complacent. They feel like you changed. They feel like the man they chose disappeared. So a woman chooses you every day because she is choosing the man you are today, not the man you were, not the potential, not the memory, the man you are today. If you want her to keep choosing you, your life must remain attractive, not just your looks, your life, your energy, your mission, your discipline, your emotional stability, your standards, your leadership. That's what women choose. They don't just choose a man. They choose a lifestyle. They choose an environment. They choose how they feel when they're around you. And if the environment becomes stressful, chaotic, boring, or weak, they stop choosing. Now, let's talk about the uncomfortable part. Some women will choose you until they think they can do better. That's reality. Not all women, but enough women for you to stay alert. A woman might choose you when she's uncertain. She might choose you when she feels you're the best she can get. But if she starts thinking she can upgrade, she might start pulling away. That's why your value must remain high. Not because you're competing with other men, but because you're competing with your own potential. The man who keeps improving is hard to replace. The man who keeps leading is hard to replace. The man who keeps standards is hard to replace. The man who stays disciplined is hard to replace. And women know that. That's why they keep choosing him. Now, does this mean you have to live in fear? No. You should live in purpose. You should live in growth. You should live in discipline. You should live in masculinity. And if you do that, you don't have to fear. Because a woman's choice becomes a reflection of your value. And if she stops choosing you, you don't collapse. You keep moving. Because your identity isn't attached to her. That's the real game. If you want to be that man, subscribe. Because Love Delusion is about building men who cannot be emotionally destroyed. Comment "chosen" if you understand that love is renewed daily. Share this with a man who thinks being chosen once means being chosen forever. Because that mindset is how men get hurt. Just because she likes you today doesn't mean she will tomorrow. And once you truly understand that, you stop living in fantasy and you start leading in reality.